howdy do, Who fans, and welcome to the Big Blue Box podcast. My name's Gary, and this is not episode 249. This is a shorter solo show from me, as Adam is unfortunately busy this week, but I'm going to run you through the news and merch. So let's see what's going on in the world of Doctor Who this week. So, hope you're all well. Hope you've all had a cracking week and that you've all managed to do something Doctor Who related. As I mentioned, Adam is not here unfortunately this week. He's still working very hard. It's Christmas time, so he's in retail and it's very, very busy, and I believe where he's working they're short-staffed and stuff, so he's been drafted in to take care of everything, and that means lots of extra days and hours. So unfortunately he couldn't be here this week. So I'm going to run you through what's been happening. So we're not going to do any reviews, not going to do any big old waffle or anything like that. It's just going to be me. So I hope that's okay. We just want to keep you guys informed about what's going on. So I hope you guys are looking forward to Christmas, and then shortly after New Year's Day, when we're going to kick off with Series 12, which is going to be very, very good. It's been really cool to see some more things being drip-fed from the BBC in relation to the upcoming new series. There was another, along with the two trailers that we saw over the last couple of weeks, there was a TV spot which focused just on episode 1 of Series 12, which looks pretty good. A bit more character insight into Lenny Henry and his character, what he's going to be doing. So that's all good. And it really is shaping up to be a real epic series by the look of it. Last week, Adam and I spoke through both trailers, and specifically the most recent one at the time, and we were both quite hyped actually after watching those trailers and then talking them through and getting quite excited. So those of you that have listened to our show for a fairly long time will know that myself and Adam have not been, we haven't bashed Series 11 too much, but we just weren't too sort of taken aback with. We weren't super impressed with. We were kind of middle of the road and sat on the fence about whether it was good or not, blah blah blah. But Series 12 is shaping up to look pretty damn good, so we'll be giving you our reviews as those go out, which we've done for every series or every show from when we started our podcast. So you can rely on us to give you some decent views and insights and all that stuff. And talking of new listeners, actually, if you've listened to the show for a long time, then welcome back. If you've not listened to the show before, this is your first one. Welcome to the Big Blue Box podcast. This is not a standard show. It's normally myself and my co-host Adam, but he's not here. But yeah, welcome aboard if this is your first trip with us on our podcast. So just to kick things off very quickly, remember to subscribe to our show on any podcast app that you listen to podcasts on. Just do a search for the Big Blue Box podcast. You'll find us on there. So if you subscribe, you won't miss a show when they land every Friday morning. And there's links on our website to those podcast networks and apps and stuff. So easy to find and subscribe. We're on the socials as well, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Again, just do a search for the Big Blue Box podcast. You'll see us on there. We chat Doctor Who throughout the week when we're not so busy, that of course. So you can get involved over there. We've got a really cool community of fans and listeners, and we chat Doctor Who and stuff. And lastly, check out Adam's channel over on YouTube, The Geek's Handbag. My co-host Adam's got a very, very cool YouTube channel over there. Loads of really cool videos, or loads of geek stuff, as the name suggests. Lots of reviews and unboxings and location visits. I revisited some of his videos the other day, actually. Yeah, it's just really cool just to grab a cup of tea and browse through his channel. Right, Doctor Who news. There's only one piece of actual news, really, because we spoke about all the Series 12 stuff last week, and there hasn't been anything really new that's popped up since then. But there is something cool coming next year, which is called the Doctor Who Immersive Adventure Time Fracture, which is coming to London next year, which is being developed by the BBC and a company called Immersive Everywhere. So it's an in-house thing, which looks kind of cool. So this is the team apparently behind The Great Gatsby, which is the UK's longest running immersive show, which I've not actually heard of before. So if any fans or any listeners have heard of this and or have gone to it, it'd be good to hear your thoughts on what that show is. And maybe it will be similar to the Doctor Who one that's coming up. But yes, this will be late 2020, apparently. So not going to be here anytime soon, but it's cool that now that the Doctor Who experience has been closed for a while now and there's nothing for Who fans to go and actually tangibly go and see and stuff, this is good that the Beeb are putting on shows like this. So, a bit of blurb on this one. The immersive adventure promises to put you at the heart of the story, plunged into a journey across space and time, featuring amazingly realised worlds. The universe as we know it is at stake. Audiences will discover a great challenge lies ahead, and that it's time to be a hero, step up and save the planet. So audiences can purchase Gallifreyan coin tokens prior to this event going on general sale. Each token equates to one ticket and will provide priority access to book for the date and time of your preferred performance when they are announced in February. So in Feb, when they announce when the exact dates are, you'll be able to purchase tokens before that so that the money's already in the bank and then you can just swap it out for a standard ticket. And you'll receive a code for each token that you purchase, and then that can be redeemed when you book your ticket. And you'll also get an exclusive pin badge, which will be given to you at the venue when you turn up. So tokens are available to purchase now. You can grab those from immersivedoctorwho.com. So if you just head over there, there's a big button in the top right-hand corner that says buy tokens. And you can buy those for, drum roll, £57 is the token price for those. So it might seem like quite a lot. It's quite a nearly 60 quid for a token essentially, or a ticket it will turn out to be. But if rumours are and reputation is to be believed, this is going to be a really, really good show. And if you go to any of these big shows in London, any of the West End shows, everything like that, tickets are around that price, give or take. So about 60 quid, they'll get you a token, and then you can redeem that for your ticket when they go on proper sale in Feb next year. So there we go. Doctor Who Time Fracture, an immersive adventure coming to London late next year. So Adam and I will likely be heading to this later on in the year next year. So we'll give you our reviews if you can't make it. But yeah, we should probably arrange maybe a Who listener and fan meet up to go to that. If anyone's up for it, I'll float that past Adam and we'll get that out to you. So that's the only bit of kind of decent news. Everything else, Series 12, has been and gone. There's nothing, as the time of recording, I'm recording this on Thursday, the 12th of December. There's nothing that's hit so far. Merchandise. We're going to round up a few more bits that will, if you've got a Who fan in the family, or your other half is a Who fan and you're struggling on what to get them for Christmas, none of this is going to help you. None of this is going to help you because the decent merchandise announcements are stuff that's coming next year. So if you're still stuck to buy a Who fan a Christmas present, I'm not helping you today. Sorry. Maybe next week for last minute stuff. Yes. But on last week's show, if you go back and listen to episode 248, Adam and I did go through a few merch items that you could pick up in time for Christmas. But these ones are just announcements for things that are coming next year. And the first one is more Target books from the BBC, from BBC Books, which is always good. Can never get enough Target books. So with the success of the two kind of special edition Target books, I suppose, not Target books, but the two novelizations from Eric Sayward, which was Resurrection of the Daleks and Revelation of the Daleks, you'll be able to get those books in the paperback Target style book, which is really good. So those two books did really well. You've probably seen them in bookshops, Forbidden Planet and Waterstones and so on. They're the hardback with the kind of stylized Dalek covers and so on. So summertime, basically 2020, You'll be able to get those. Plus, they're going to release another bunch of books as well. You'll be able to get The Pirate Planet, which was the Douglas Adams story, which was rewritten and redone by James Goss. Plus, you'll be able to get the TV movie by Gary Russell, which is an actual, which was released a long time ago, but out of print. But they're going to reissue that as a Target book, so you'll be able to pick up those. I'm intrigued by the TV movie one. That's going to be an interesting read. For some reason, I just can't picture McGann's Doctor having a well. Some of the more recent era ones have got Target books now, I suppose. Yeah, so that could be kind of cool. And then to complete the set, there are going to be 3 new era Target books coming as well. So The Witchfinders, which has been written by Joy Wilkinson, which was the Jodie's adventure. That's going to be coming to Target. Also Dalek, the Eccleston story, that's going to be written by Rob Shearman, and The Crimson Horror by Mark Gatiss. So those books are going to be coming to Target as well. So for Doctor Who fans, these books, this is just a bit of blur, by the way, the Target books from the 70s and 80s hold a special place. There was a novel published for almost every Doctor serial between 1963 and 1989, with a very few exceptions, only 5. And BBC Books has been successfully reissuing a number of these classic paperbacks since 2012. And in 2017, BBC Books expanded the range by publishing the first all-new batch of Target novels, filling in one of those classic era gaps, which was City of Death, along with the new era novelizations from Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat, Paul Cornell, and Jenny Colgan. So there we go. Some new Target books are on the way. And I'm personally definitely going to pick up Dalek because I love that story. I'm intrigued by the TV movie book, and also I've already got the Pirate Planet, so I was about to say I probably won't pick that up, but I probably will, just because I want to try and complete the Target set, so I'll probably get that as well. But yeah, good news for the Doctor Who readers out there, especially fans of the old Target books. They'll be coming in summer 2020. Moving on, Big Chief Studios. They are having another stab at a Doctor replica 6th scale figure, and this time it is the 4th Doctor, Tom Baker. So they're going to reveal this as the first of their what they're calling the definitive series of 6th scale character replica figures. And you'll be able to pre-order this from today if you're listening to this show on the day this podcast drops, which is Friday the 13th. You'll be able to head over to the Big Chief website and order that, or pre-order it, should I say. And this release represents the definitive version of the Time Lord and features all new sculpted portraits and a multi-layered, beautifully tailored costume. So full details will be announced next week, which is weird, after you've pre-ordered. But we can confirm that the figure will be available as a signature edition, which will be signed by Tom Baker, and that will be part of a worldwide limited edition of only 500 pieces. And then as normal, this is weird, a limited edition will also be available at a later date. So I don't know how the limited edition will differ from the Tom Baker limited edition, but there we go. Now, again, long-time listeners will know that I'm fairly critical of the Big Chief stuff. I just cannot get my head around the face sculpt for me. From the neck, I've said this many times, from the neck down, the Big Chief Studio stuff does look very, very good. It is great. But for some reason, and a lot of you may disagree with me, I'm not sure, but they just cannot seem to get the face sculpt correct. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. But, well, I think part of the reason is we've been spoilt quite a lot. We've been spoilt by companies like Hot Toys, Sideshow Collectibles, those kind of guys, where their face sculpts, for the most part, are scarily good, like bang on. So, yeah, I mean, I really, really wanted this one to be good as well, because for that very reason, I've not picked up any of the Big Chief stuff in the past. And when I heard about this the other day on Facebook, I really wanted this to be good. So I thought, maybe this could be my first sort of dipping my toe into the water for Big Chief. But I'm sorry, it just doesn't look that great, and the hair's really bad as well. The hair sculpt on it, I don't know what's happened there, but apparently they had this they had a prototype of this that was on show at the NEC a few weeks back. And apparently that looked much better. And the photos that they've released on their Facebook page apparently don't look as good as the prototype that they had on display at the NEC. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but yes, I just can't get into these, I'm afraid. I know there's a lot of our listeners that do like them and do pick these up. So fair play. We'll stick a link in the show notes to the Facebook page, and they'll let you know when you can go and pre-order and stuff at some point today or whenever you check this out. But yes, the Fourth Doctor, when it says this is the first in the definitive series, so one can assume that there will be other Doctors released in this definitive series. But yeah, for me, yeah, from the neck down, amazing. But yeah, just the face sculpt is just Big Chief. I really want you to put out just an amazing looking. I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look terrible. When you look at this, you would immediately think, okay, that's the Fourth Doctor. But that's helped a lot by the costume. Oh, by the way, this is not the typical Tom Baker costume, by the way. This is the maroon burgundy edition. So this is not the multicolored scarf with the grey trousers and the grey hat. This is all the burgundy stuff. So just bear that in mind. If that's not your cup of tea in terms of Tom Baker's wardrobe, then yeah. Anyways, we'll stick a link to the show notes. Go and judge for yourself whether this looks like Tom Baker, which it does for the most part, but just not quite there. So that's an upcoming release from Big Chief. Next up, a TARDIS poncho is coming. Actually, no, this one is available for Christmas. I told a fib earlier. So there were guys over at EMP, and this is the couple of things that Adam and I spoke about on last week's show. They put another couple of hoodies and whatnot in time for Christmas, and this is the latest one. This is the TARDIS poncho. Now, on their website, it says the TARDIS cardigan, but I can assure you this is no cardigan. No. This is, in fact, a kind of wraparound-ish poncho, blanket kind of thing, but it's definitely not a cardigan. Anyway, this is the women's range here, and this will go for 30 quid. And if you order now, you'll get it in time for Christmas. So you have to, I'm not sure when the cut-off time for Christmas delivery is, but according to their website, as of today, Thursday the 12th, you'll get this between the 18th and the 19th of December. So I imagine within the next few days, they'll do the cut-off point for Christmas. But it looks kind of cool. It's got the TARDIS windows and the Gallifreyan symbols on the front, and on the back, it's got a big illustration of the TARDIS with the Gallifreyan symbols and stuff. And then running along the bottom, it's got these little tassels and things. And there's a couple of model shots showing somebody wearing them. It's quite long as well. It comes down to almost the model's feet and stuff. So it looks kind of cool. I don't know why they've called it a cardigan, but there we go. But it's got 18% off at the minute. It's normally $36.99. You can get it for 30 quid. So there we go. Any girlfriends, ladies, wives, friends out there who are just aching for a Doctor Who TARDIS poncho, you're sorted. There we go, from EMP. We'll stick a link to the show notes in that as well. And then lastly, there's a new glow-in-the-dark T-shirt coming from Forbidden Planet next year. So this is available to pre-order as well, and this is coming in March. So not for a little while yet, the end of March, the 31st of March, and it's kind of a cartoony retro sci-fi kind of design, and this is based around the psychic paper, and the words across the front are the paper's slightly psychic. It saves a lot of time. And this is a glow-in-the-dark T-shirt as well. So when the lights are on, you can see the psychic paper, and you can just about make out, it says the Doctor +1, but then when you turn the lights off, it's the Doctor +1 on the psychic paper that glows up hopefully quite bright anyway. And you can pre-order this from forbiddenplanet.com, and it's limited to 500 units, and it's $15.99. So you can pre-order this now, and you have to wait a few months, but it's kind of a cool design, this one. Quite like it. I'm not sure if the glow-in-the-dark effect is going to be good or not. I've had a couple of things over the years that are supposedly glow-in-the-dark, but they don't really glow in the dark. So we'll see. But there we go. The psychic paper. The paper's slightly psychic. It saves a lot of time, which is a cool quote from Doctor Who. So there we go. There's your merchandise as well. So just a very quick recap on that. The Target books are coming out in July 2020. Going to be some really cool stuff there. The Fourth Doctor, Tom Baker figure in the definitive series from Big Chief Studios. That's going up for pre-order Friday the 13th, today. The TARDIS poncho, which is over at EMP, that's available now in time for Christmas. And the Paper Slightly Psychic t-shirt from Forbidden Planet, that's up for pre-order now. And that will be available in March next year. So I think I'm going to wrap it there, guys, for this week. Thank you guys for checking out this week's episode. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's not a full-on proper episode. We're just really, really busy right now with stuff. Next week, we will hopefully be back, depending on what we're doing work-wise. If not, I will jump on and give you another roundup if there's any news or merch. The week after that is Christmas week, and we will definitely not be around that week because I'm away for Christmas. I'll be in New York that week. And then the week after that will be the start of Series 12. So with any luck, we will be recording the week after that for sure to give you our review on Episode 1, Spyfall from Series 12. But so yeah, hopefully we'll be back next week. The week after that, we definitely won't be here. And then the week after that, which is New Year's week, we will hopefully be recording to give you our review. But yeah, some cool news. The Immersive Adventure coming next week. Next week. The Immersive Adventure Time Fracture will be coming next year. So I'll put a link in the show notes to that. Go and get your tokens pre-order if you want to go. And I've rounded up the merch already. So just to sign off, remember to check out the podcast on any podcast app that you listen to your podcast on. Just do a search for the Big Blue Box Podcast or head over to the website www.bigblueboxpodcast.co.uk. You can find all of our shows on there. Plus, you can read all of the really cool articles that our writers are putting out. For example, the other day, Maria put a post out about collecting Doctor Who, understanding a collector's mindset. She also did a really cool in-depth rundown of the BFI event for the Curse of Fenric. We had Jordan doing the review of Big Finish, Warzone and Conversion. And then before that, he also reviewed the Big Finish stories Interstitial and Feast of Fear. And there's just loads of cool articles that our writers are putting out there. So head over to the website and check that all out. Also check us out on the socials, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. We're on all of those. Just do a search for the Big Blue Box Podcast. And check out Adam's channel over on YouTube, The Geek's Handbag. Loads of really cool videos there. One way or another, I will see you next week. Hopefully Adam will be back and we'll do episode 249. Until then, take care of yourselves and remember,